Good morning. Okay, so I accidentally ended my live before I wanted to on my last one, so we're starting all over. I'm Jen Ryman, and I am the host of this group and also administrator, I guess you could say. And I am a certified hypnotherapist and breathwork coach. I also work in healthcare, and healthcare is really what threw me into the trenches to cause me to seek these alternative therapies and working on your conscious and unconscious mind together. It's also a lot to do with how I teach and how I coach people, because when you are not in alignment with your conscious and unconscious mind, things tend to spiral out of control. Like your conscious mind, you may consciously want to do something, but if your subconscious mind has something going on or something that has happened in the past that it is constantly going back to, that will keep you from meeting your goals and kind of keep you from actually understanding things in a certain way. So we've talked before about the kind of filters that you put on things, things that you pick up when you are at a young age, and how you perceive the world. So something might have happened when you were between the ages of 0 to 7, and you took that as truth. And when you take that as truth, then you are always going to perceive every event in that same way as if you were that young child. So that is to say, growing up and becoming an adult, you still have that subconscious inner child that is behind the wheels of a lot of your actions and behaviors and how you perceive things. So that is to say, we're going to talk a little bit about perception as projection and a little bit of how certain things and ways that you perceive things might call in different senses. So, perception as projection is essentially, in layman's terms, is how you project something that is going on internally inside of you. If you are constantly experiencing people that are negative and they continue to be attracted to you, it's probably because you have negativity inside of you, and your subconscious and the universe kind of work together to show you that there is something going on inside that needs to change. So it's going to constantly give you opportunities to see these things in the outside world until you are going to change it. If you continually have like the barista at Starbucks is rude to you, now that's to say, the barista being rude can be perceived two different ways as well. So maybe he's rude and you take it in a way that he's rude, or maybe he's rude and you take it in a way that, oh, he must be having a bad day. So these are things that are going to constantly present themselves until you fix them. Maybe you constantly have your spouse that doesn't do the dishes or something like that, or boyfriend, girlfriend, roommate, maybe, and they're constantly leaving the dishes in the sink, and it just drives you crazy. And this may have stemmed from something that maybe you got in trouble for leaving dishes in the sink as a child. Now, what's going on internally could either be something that is completely related, like it is something that you do and it's constantly showing up, or it could be something complete opposite. So you have to kind of look at these events that are happening constantly in your life and evaluate, is this something that I am doing internally that needs to be fixed, or is it in relation to this other thing or something else? So going back to the dishes example. Now, this the way we project this could be like, um, yes, I got in trouble for doing the dishes when I was younger. Or it could be something completely like, I don't feel respected. So them not putting the dishes in the dishwasher, or not do or leaving the dishes in the sink, or not doing their own dishes, or cleaning up after themselves, whatever. It could come back to, I'm not feeling respected, or I'm not respecting myself, and I need to change that. So these things continually pop up, and they keep getting louder and louder until you actually do something about it. So it might be dishes one day, and it might be somebody um, talking over you the next day, and then the next day after that, somebody just walks into you and says, "Get the fuck out of the way," and you're just like, "Oh my god!" So if that was all in relation to respect, or that you're not respecting yourself, maybe you're not giving yourself self-care, or um, you're not you're talking down to yourself instead of building yourself up and creating positivity. It's essentially, you are projecting this into the outside world and making these events happen until you do something. And what we call this, with it getting louder and louder and louder until you actually do something about it, is being slapped in the face with a fish. So it's essentially the universe telling you, if you don't do something, I'm going to slap the hell out of you. And I'm going to give you a big event until it changes, because we can't live like this anymore. So it's an interesting way to look at it, that you make these events happen in your life so that you're able to learn from them, so that you're able to do something about it. And then the other thing too is how we perceive things. There's a model called VACOG. Is everybody knows that there's visual learners, auditory learners, people that need to write stuff down, and we've all known that from school. So going back to kind of NLP a little bit, how you take in information depends on what sense that you draw on. And that can actually change too, depending on the situation. Like maybe learning a specific thing, you have to learn it with um, visuals, and to voice your feelings, you have to do it by speaking, or in an auditory way. Um, so it is something to really look at. Like maybe with your partner, you're a very visual person, and they are an audio digital kind of person, which is very analytical. They have to see things like spelled out with charts and graphs and numbers, and in order to understand something. And you just see the vision, you see the dream, you see the things that you want, and you just try to get them by visualizing it. And they can't do that because they need it all spelled out in charts and graphs. And so you can actually get a feel for what somebody's way of understanding something or way of learning something is by the way that they talk. So if they use the words like feel a lot, they might be a very touchy-feely person. They might need to feel themselves writing down something, um, that means that they're a feeler. They need to um, maybe get love in a feeling way. They need to be touched versus somebody that might be visual. They might say a lot of things like, I see um, this happening. Um, they need to actually like visually see what the plan is, maybe, or visually see the vision or the dream that you are trying to portray to them. Or an audio person, they might say something like, I hear you saying, or maybe music, like they have to have the music on, or they have, maybe the music is distracting them when you're trying to talk. So, or like loud noises is distracting to them. So it, again, it's important to really pay attention to the way that somebody else perceives information so that you're able to really talk to them and get through to them. And this is something also I use a lot with hypnotherapy in the little assessment that I do before we get into it. Is I pick up the cues with how they are saying about past events or something. And by picking up those cues, I can, when they're under, make sure I'm hitting those cues so that they're able to really be at ease and go into trance with what I'm saying. So if they are saying a lot of words that are in relation to feeling, but I take them into trance and then I'm telling them to see something, they might not be able to see it and then think that they're doing something wrong. So that's why it's important to know these things. Um, so when you are, and part of my morning message with my email was to get yourself grounded. And this, I was talking a lot about these other things like perception is projection and the senses, but grounding is something that really puts you in tune with your own body. When we are stressed or we have anxiety or overwhelm and we feel ourselves kind of spiraling out of control, it's because we're not in our body and we're not connected to the ground. We're not connected to Mother Earth. Mother Earth gives us a lot of energy and it brings us down to earth, essentially. It brings us down back to getting right with ourselves and to actually listen to what's going on. When you have all these things that are going on in your head, like your inner critic and your ego and your inner child, and they're all just freaking loudly talking and talking and talking, and you're not able to really focus on your intuition or focus on cues that are going on around you in the universe and with energies, then it's kind of makes you spiral and it makes you feel out of control and like you can't get your thoughts together and you're just constantly spinning. So to ground yourself puts you into, it lowers those other voices, gets you in tune with yourself, and allows you to receive messages from the universe and from your intuition. And the intuition, like it's very noisy out there, honestly. Like we have so many distractions and so many things going on inside of our heads, especially a lot with like negativity, because it's something that we were taught from a young age is to be negative. And so we have these voices in our head that are way louder than anything else. So it's distracting. We don't know, what's actually good for us and what is a message from our intuition and what is a message from our ego, and we get it all confused and then we're just spiraling out of control. um so I don't even remember where I went with that, but to get back to your grounding, really ground yourself so that you're able to receive these messages clearly from your intuition because your intuition, it's always nice to you. It might be very upfront with you, but it is always your best interest. It always has your best interest in mind when it's giving you these messages. So I'm just going to do a short little grounding exercise, which I did do through the email. So it's going to be kind of similar if you listen to my pocket coaching audio. But if it is safe to do so, I want you to go ahead and take a deep breath. And with the exhale, just close your eyes down. Now, I want you to notice when you close your eyes, where do you go? Are you still inside of your body or do you just go out into the universe? And just notice that. Open your eyes real quick. Did you go somewhere? Or are you still inside of your body? So, what we can do is we're going to do this a little bit different on this next closing your eyes down. So, I want you to focus across the room to something that you can hone in your vision on and is not straining to you. So it's something that's in your eyesight. It could be like a spot on the wall or the cord from the blinds or maybe like the light on the TV, the power button. So just stare across the room. And I want you, as you're staring across the room, to really notice being inside of your body, being behind your eyes with your awareness. And as you stare at this spot in the room, just feel yourself getting calmer. Feel the anxiety and the stress and maybe the tension just relaxing out of your body. And now, with this next breath, take a breath in. And on the exhale, close your eyes down while still imagining that you're looking at that spot across the wall, across the room, behind your eyes, right behind your eyes. And I want you to take a breath in. And just feel your feet and where they connect to the floor. If your feet are not connected to the floor, feel your bottom and how it's connected to your seat. And on this next breath, I want you to imagine a door that is opening under your feet or under your seat. And a grounding cord is going to come out. It could be a root, it could be a beam of light. Just imagine in this next exhale, it's opening up and shooting all the way down to the center of the earth. Take a breath in and exhale. Door opening, grounding cord going towards the center of the earth. And continue to breathe. And on this next exhale, I want you to imagine that grounding cord getting bigger, to getting wider, as wide as your hips, as wide as your body, and connecting to the center of the earth. And as it's connecting to the center of the earth, I want you to feel the vibrations of Mother Earth coming up through your grounding cords, in through your feet, to your knees, to your hips, to the base of your spine, right where that root chakra is. Just feeling that energy spinning that chakra. And I want you to see if you can get that energy up, feeling that energy of Mother Earth going to 20%, 40%, 60%, filling you up. See if you can get it up to 80%. Feeling all the tension release. See if you can get it up to 90% or even 100%. Just completely in tune with Mother Earth. And I want you to bring your intuition, call out your intuition into this. And ask your intuition to allow you to collect all of the negative energy, all the negative thoughts, memories, negative habits, everything that's been going on in your life that you want to get rid of, that no longer serve you. And I want you to take a deep breath in and allow your intuition to grab all of these things from every area of your body. And with your next exhale, just push them all the way down to that grounding cord to the center of the earth. Imagine all of those things leaving your body. And go into the center of the earth where they no longer have power over you. And now with this next breath in, we're going to open the top of our head. We're going to connect to the universe, and that could be another grounding cord like roots, or it could be a beam of light, it could be a waterfall. Go ahead and take a deep breath in, opening the top of your head, allowing that grounding cord to connect to the universe. With the exhale out, allow that energy, that light to flow through you, filling up all of the areas, all of the spots where that negative energy, negative habits, memories have gone away from. Just filling it up with that positive light and energy. And taking a breath in, feeling how good this feels to be filled up with that light from the universe. Now, noticing your presence, noticing your awareness right behind your eyes. Start to focus on that spot again without opening your eyes. Just making sure your awareness is right inside of you. With your next breath in, open your eyes. Continue to focus on that spot. Bring your awareness behind your eyes. And you should be back in your body, back in the room. You can wiggle around. And I hope everybody enjoyed that. It's a nice little bring you back to earth grounding exercise. You should feel calmer, a little more at ease. Awesome. All right. So I have to pop into my other group here before I take my child to the orthodontist. Good, you do. And I do want to remind everybody, I have my summit coming up next Wednesday. It's going to be a 5-hour summit. We are talking with different experts in the field. A lot of them are actually all of them are entrepreneurs who have gone through some hardships in their life, and they're going to share how they got through those hardships and how they were able to change their mindset to start to manifest the things that they want in life. So it's a really good thing to pop into. It's all going to be live. We're doing it by Zoom. My VIPs will get the recording, and that is going to be next Wednesday from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. So I will drop the link in the comments so that you're able to sign up for that. We got to make sure that everybody is signed up. Otherwise, you won't get the link to the Zoom. Anyways, love you all. I will see you next Wednesday. And it's probably, actually, you know what? Next Wednesday is the summit. So it's probably going to be a little bit later in the day when I do my live. So probably after 1 o'clock. All right. But I love you, and we'll see you next week. Bye.